Jordan, now I think it's time for a score prediction. I think it's time that we give our actual pick to this game. But before we give our picks, I want to encourage all the fans here, all the people in the chat section, all the people in the live chat, get your score predictions in. Let us know who you think's going to win and what the score is going to be. So just like me and Jordan are going on record, you guys can go on record as well with your score predictions. I guess I'll go first on the score prediction, Jordan. I believe this is going to be a classic game. I think it's going to be an instant classic. I think that this is going to be a very physical football game. I think there's a lot of motivation on both sides. You can make cases for both of these teams as to why they are more motivated, quote unquote, than the next team, right? You mentioned LSU's 5-game losing streak to start the season, right? Dating all the way back to the Ed Orgeron days, right? You mentioned Clemson, the 0-3 record against the SEC, our shaky record in the beginning of the season as of late, right? There's a lot of different storylines, but I think this is a very physical game. I think this is a very close game. I think it comes down to the fourth quarter. And frankly, I think it comes down to a game-winning drive. I truly do. I think it's going to be that close. I think it's going to be the team that just can, impose their will a little bit more. And my score prediction is 31-28. Clemson gets out with a win. Last second drive, walk-off. No, I'm just kidding. 31-28. Clemson beats LSU by a slim 3-point margin. Remind you, the spread on this game right now, as it currently sits before we hopped on the show, was 3.5. The over-under was 57.5 for this game.
Yeah. I've kind of gone back and forth, like knowing that this time was coming today. And, I still haven't fully decided kind of what I think this game looks like. Because honestly, there's a world where this game is sneaky defensive. Like that actually wouldn't surprise me. But then there's also a world where I think both teams just put up a ton of points. Like I think that could totally happen too. I feel like that's a cop out, but with unknowns on both sides, and unique advantages and mismatches and matchups on both sides, I think this is a game where there's a high degree of variance in terms of what the result could look like. I think Clemson wins this football game. I think the home field advantage is going to be huge. I think that's going to play a big role in this game. I mean, I don't think LSU is the final product of what I think they can be. I think this is a really good football team. And in fact, I think this is a college football playoff team. But I don't know if they're going to be that final version of themselves in week 1. Regardless, I think this is going to be a really tight football game. Like you, I think it's going to be a classic, one that we'll be talking about for a while after the game ends. And this is, one of the best quarterback matchups, arguably the best quarterback matchup you'll see all season in college football. I'm going Clemson 34, LSU 27. And I think, like you, I think it's going to be a game where could come down to the final possession. And yeah. I think both teams are going to get their shots in. I think both offenses are too good not to put up points. And my biggest question, I think, on the Clemson perspective is, what does that 27 look like? Are you giving up a ton of big plays? Did they have to work for it? Were they able to run the football? All of those things. Because not every score is created equal in terms of what you take from it. And I guess that's my biggest thing. But I do think Clemson's experience and continuity and having home field advantage is going to be the difference in this football game. Yeah, so Clemson 34, LSU 27. Lock it in. I might feel differently tomorrow, but I'm locking this one in, and this is the one y'all can hold me to if I'm wrong. So
34-27. All right. We'll see. We're going to keep track this year of who's got the closer scores in the game, just to make it I don't know, something competitive and something interesting that me and you can do with the score predictions.
Yeah, I might have to make a spreadsheet so that way we can we can do like a total and like see how close each one of us was from the total margin.
Yeah,
and then that can be a little competition. So
yeah, just to make it a little bit more entertaining for us doing these score predictions, because I mean, honestly, it's a guesstimate. It's you're just guessing on what's going to happen. Got a couple score predictions in the comments. Let's get to those real quick. Christian says 31-24 Tigers. Talking about the Clemson Tigers there, that is. Garrett Woods, 31-20 LSU. Charles Smith says LSU 45, Clemson 17.
What's up, Charles?
Hey, that's tough. That's tough right there.
That's my boy. He's trolling. He's at LSU.
That's a large margin there. All right. Wet Sox, 38-31, Clemson. Isaac Smith, 34, LSU, 31. All right. 27-24, LSU. Spaceman, 24-13, LSU. David, one of our channel members, thank you so much for supporting the show on a monthly basis, David. Really do appreciate you. He said 31-24, Clemson wins. I think that is all the score predictions. So pretty even there, half and half, right? Some LSU in there, some Clemson in there. I like it. I like to see it. So that's our score prediction. I had it at 31-28. Jordan had it at 34-27, both picking the Clemson Tigers to be victorious this Saturday in Death Valley, Clemson, South Carolina.
Yeah, the real Death Valley.